Mr. Ed Pettitt. Welcome back.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, Council. 3 minutes, is that right? I was invited by the Mayor's Office of Education to serve on the Children's Outdoor Bill of Rights Committee. And I did so with the expectation that it would actually lead to something, to results, not just be a symbolic gesture or a photo op for Earth Day. The fourth right on COBOR is for our children to have a right to equitable parks funding regardless of their zip code. The biggest barrier to that in the CIP and how we fund things is that we're relying on the Parks and Open Space Ordinance, specifically the Parks and Recreation Dedication Fund, which, since it was implemented in 2007, takes $700 per residential unit of new units as a fee in lieu for parks, just like we have the fees in lieu for sidewalks. If a developer doesn't want to build a sidewalk, they have the fee in lieu. If a developer doesn't want to build a park, that goes to a fee in lieu. Unlike the new sidewalk ordinance we have, 100% of those funds have to stay in that park sector. And so what we've done is we've redlined certain communities out of funding. And I use that word redlining not lightly. I actually mapped out the 1930s Homeowners Loan Corporation redlining maps with our current park sector maps, and they line up. So formerly redlined 3rd Ward, Park Sector 15, today has $343,000 for parks. The formerly green-lined Park Sector 14, which includes River Oaks, Upper Kirby, Midtown, has $11 million. That's a 32 times difference. If you look at 2nd Ward, Park Sector 11 also includes Edo and East End. They have $89,000. River Oaks has 124 times more parks funding than 2nd Ward, East End, Magnolia Park, Edo, and nobody's talking about this. So if we want to implement complete communities where we don't have a city of haves and have-nots, and for it to actually last beyond Mayor Turner's administration, we need to amend the Parks and Open Spaces Ordinance, just like we did with the sidewalk ordinance, to allow 30% to be able to be spent outside of that park sector. Imagine, Park Sector 14, River Oaks, 30% of that $11 million would be over $3 million. That could do a lot in a park sector like 2nd Ward or 3rd Ward or the near north side, where you have communities that have never had a park for humans while they're building luxury dog parks in Upper Kirby.
Councilmember Carolyn Evans-Shabazz.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you, Ed. We have talked about the inequity regarding the sectors, and so I would like to find out what's going on. It needs to be more equitable. We need our parks to reflect the wonderful amenities that are all over the other parts of the city. And so I don't know where this goes from here. I don't want this to just be a comment. I want this to be something that is really taken to heart because. And so thank you, Ed. And also just, you didn't even mention this, but I am talking about the change in the agreement regarding the Columbia TAP as well. So I just took this opportunity to make that a matter of record also. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Ed. I'm sorry, Ed. Hold on one second. Councilmember Michael Kubash.
Ed, that's a very powerful statements you made. Very powerful. I appreciate you coming and making those.
Thank you.
Our former council member, Mike Laster, used to say that, we're in this golden bowl, where everything is being done within within the 610 loop, he would say. And if you'll draft that ordinance or help amend that ordinance and work with some of us, I'll be happy to promote that.
I'd be happy to do that, and I'd be happy to work, of course, with Councilmember Shabazz as well as Councilmember Elkhorn, because she had a lot of experience with the sidewalk ordinance.
And that's something we really need to do before we leave here.
Yeah.
For those of us that are leaving, we need to make a mark on that.
It would make a huge difference because not only are certain communities redlined out of that park sector dedication funding, they also don't have the tourism and private philanthropy that those other neighborhoods have. With the River Oaks and the Park Sector 14 already has 2,000 acres of parks. They just had private philanthropy spend $11 million on a land bridge, and Third Ward only has 71 acres of park compared to that 2,000.
I believe that you have made a real good record here today, and I'm going to go back and listen to it again and again to make sure I get it right. But I really appreciate you coming here, and I'll certainly support it.
Thank you very much.